What's up, guys? It's your boy, Radical. Now, my workout plans have been a success. More than 300 plus purchases and many more returning customers. You cannot ask for anything else, and people are loving it. The same life-changing and affordable prices still remain. So go to radicallatino.com and change your life today. Hey guys, do you have a product you want more eyes on? Advertise with the Radical Latino Show, where over 10K podcast downloads and the number 25 spot on the 55 All Latin podcast list. You'll want your product heard on everyone's phones and cars. Go to radicallatino.com/contacts and start advertising today.
Playing the Radical Latino Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands in the air for New York's very own.
Radical.
Latino is taking you to another level.
I think there's more radicals than civil. Radical Latino, no buffing it. The radical point of views, I think his views are actually more dangerous.
What up? It's your boy Radical, aka number 17 on all Latin podcasts, aka number 24 on all Bronx podcast influencer list, and Mr. Unsuable for 84 weeks running. What is going on? I hope everybody's doing great. I hope everybody's doing well. And this episode is going to be very, very, very special. But before I get into the interview, there's a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, if you guys are not following me on my social medias, Twitter or Instagram, I don't know what y'all doing. Y'all better follow me right now. Radical_Latino_ because I am updating y'all on the progress of the documentary. And right now, filming has started. I already put up a picture of me and Truth Teacher already. We already filmed. Got it done and all that other stuff. So definitely shout out to Truth Teacher. He was the first one that filmed. Couple of things that, mind you, I am doing this all on my own. So a couple of things I had to learn on the way. It's me and my wifey. We're doing this on our own. A couple of things we're learning for the next interview that's gonna go on and all of that. But definitely go check out the website. Also, officialopenwoundsmovie.com, link down below. You guys can definitely go there and all that other stuff and definitely check it out. Remember, the petition also is down there, available to stop Latinx, Latino, and Hispanic labels in the media. So definitely go to the petition, show your support. That petition I've been linking there for like a while now. You know what I'm saying? But definitely go check out Open Wounds. The first part, and right now second part is gonna start. It's starting to be it's starting to come together. You know what I'm saying? Also on the website, a couple of people let me know is that on the main page on the website, if you feel like you will be a good contributor to the documentary, go fill out the questionnaire. Email, name, and why you will be a good contributor for the documentary. I definitely need a lot of speakers, a lot of PhDs, a lot of master's degree type of people who know about history, so definitely if you guys are not shy, definitely go check that out and be part of history, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, without further ado, this is the interview with the most lovely and the most controversial of Burr Martinez. I hope you guys enjoy. Europe, it's your boy Radical. So I got you guys another special guest, the one, the only, the lovely Burr Martinez. What's going on?
Martinez, bitch. What the fuck is up, guys?
What's going on, Burr? Thank you for coming in. So what? Last time I had you, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people were surprised that I had you. A lot of people were glad that I had you, and people learned a little bit more about you and stuff like that. So, I know a lot of things have happened since the last time we interviewed. You
I
know what
know.
I'm saying? So tell us all the wonderful things that happened. I know you started selling salsa. I know you started selling shirts and everything like that. So what's up?
Yeah, well, I remember the last time I was talking to you. I remember that day because when I talk, I go around, I walk around, and I remember I was walking around all around the house, and I was walking under the lemon tree because I love the lemon tree, and I was like blah 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 blah. And I was just talking ass, and then but I don't know. I've been good like the salsa thing since I made a video about the salsa. um, there was a guy that told me, I remember his name, Peter Camacho. He's like, Bird, I need some of that salsa. It looks so good and this and that. And I was like, well, I could send you some and this. And I was like, let's do it. And I sent him some and he loved it. And then more people started finding out. And then everybody wanted that salsa. And the girl from Hawaii made a video reacting to the salsa. And it just became a thing. Like everything I do, I don't do it intentionally. It just becomes a thing, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
pomade for the hair. I used it on my hair first for like 6 months. I
Hmm.
found it on a girl on YouTube, and then I showed how it works for my hair. Then all the girls, there's like a big problem with girls um,
Really?
losing their hair. Yeah,
For real?
yeah. A lot of girls because of COVID
Hmm.
lost their hair, and being like life because they get stressed and just so many issues. And also guys, they lose their hair and or it gets thin and all this and that, so
Yeah.
it helps them. So I was like, yeah, I'll send you guys a bottle. And I just use a bottle like a cleaning bottle. I don't even
Yeah.
use
Yeah.
fancy
Yeah.
nothing. I use like a regular, like from Walmart, a bottle, and people started liking it. And some girl messaged me and she said, I'm not trying to talk shit or anything, but you should work on your like image on your product, make it more nicer. It looks like a cleaning product. And I'm like, I don't care. That's what I use.
Yeah.
This is what I do. This is what I does. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
change it just because I know she meant well, but
Yeah.
that's really what I use, and it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you out here saving people's hairlines? Uh-oh. Let me find out.
Yeah,
Let me,
no, and then when since I was in the facility, a lot
yeah.
of girls there, they always would braid my hair and touch my hair, and then they would be like, "What do you use on your hand? What's that stuff that you have right there?" And
Hmm.
then they all started wearing it, and look at my hair. I even recorded some of them using it, and then I
Yeah.
chamoy. I sell my shirts. I Mario started selling my aprons, and I was like, I wanted aprons with like my face on it, but I
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
around.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that would have been actually a good look. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Yeah,
it probably would have been like, cooking with bird or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
or some.
yeah, it's not like that. No, but that's actually a good transition.
Mm.
What made you want to start the Cooking with Bird YouTube channel?
Well, so I started with my Bird Martinez. It was just I remember it was Erica Boo first, and then um, it's Erica Bitches with like three S's. And then I was like, no, I need something else. I need something else. And I would always call myself Bird. So then but then YouTube, it doesn't let you change your name so many times. Like it
Hmm.
said, this is like your last time, and then like you better stop, bitch. Like calm
Yeah,
down. So
yeah.
so I was like, okay, what should I put? And my maiden name, last name is Pascual, but
Hmm.
it's so like Pascual,
Yeah,
like
yeah, 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 yeah.
Martinez. So I put Bird Martinez, and it felt like me.
Yeah.
I started making videos, and then I just like talk. I think I made a video in the DMV and just talk and talk and talk. And then I would make a few cooking videos in that channel. And then somebody I saw in the comments, somebody said, "Well, you should make your own cooking channel just for
Mm.
cooking." And I was like, "That's a good idea." So boom, I started doing. I remember I had like one comment, but I didn't care because I love cooking.
Mm-hmm.
My therapy. I know there's a lot of bitches that hate cooking. Like
Yeah, yeah.
they hate cooking.
Like half of my exes, I'm like, God damn, yo, what the hell?
Yeah, like they watch people cook,
Uh-huh.
eat, but they hate to cook.
Mm-hmm.
And like to
Mm-hmm.
me, I burnt everything. Like, I burnt my hair. I couldn't
Yeah.
boil water. Probably I couldn't. No, I couldn't boil eggs. I didn't know how.
What?
I couldn't even like boil eggs. And then yeah, I got better. And then I'm like, yeah, cooking with Bird Martinez is like my like Bird Martinez, but cooking with me. And then
Mm-hmm.
it just went. And like I'm telling you, I just do things. I don't think about them. I like Mario, my husband. He always gets the chorizo Martinez. He
Yeah,
always
yeah,
like plans everything, and he gets nervous about stuff and
yeah.
thinks stuff. And then he's like, "Are you nervous about this?" And I'm like, "I'm not even thinking about it. I just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do it sometimes."
And that's the thing I like about you, because you come up with things, and you do it, and you actually see a good successful outcome for
Mhm.
it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you had like a meet and greet a couple of like what, a year or two back or whatever. How did that go?
Well, we went to the Santa Fe swap meet, and the security guard there, when as soon as I went in, he's like, "Oh, my wife loves you, and let me FaceTime her so you could say hi." And I was like, "Oh yeah, of course." And I'm like, "What the fuck is up?" And this and that. And then when we left, he's like, "You should come through. Like I'll help you with the security." And I'm like, Willie Aguilar. He's like, "I help you with the security," and I'm like, "I don't even fucking need security. Like, it's okay. Like, nobody's gonna bug me or anything." And he's like, yeah, you could just get like a spot. And I had no idea like that they don't give you like a tent or a table or nothing. You just you pay $50 to go, but you have to take your own stuff. And we went in a little ass truck, and it was hot that day with no AC because I crashed the car. So we all went. We went. It was like a Ford Ranger, Mario's dad's old truck, and we went all squished like this, all together. And I was sweating because I stayed in the car in the truck because, Mario, we didn't want to get our stuff jacked or whatever. And we said we're gonna get there at 12, and we got there like 11:50, like minutes before the thing, and we already had a line. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing." And people were,
Yo.
yeah, people were meeting me in the parking lot, like, "Oh, I want to get some salsa before everybody else," and this and that. We didn't think people were gonna go. We're like, we're gonna probably get a few people, but people went, and I had a whole line like down, and then some old lady from the Swami, she was like, "What is? Why is why are you selling?" And I'm like, "Salsas." She's like, "What are they? What's so special about them? How much are they?" And I'm like, "Oh, here's the price." I give her the price, and then she's like, "But why do you have a line? You're taking away my business."
What?
Yeah, she says because the line was in front of her business. Like it was like,
Yeah.
people couldn't see her business, so she was getting pissed off. And I was like, "Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like this is what this I make cooking videos." And she's like, "Okay,
Mm.
give me three." And she took. I sold her. And she
Yo.
like, "Abel, I'll let you know if they're good or not." And I'm like,
Wow.
"Let me know." But then after I went to go buy a lemonade from her, and she said she didn't like it. But first she was mad at me, and then and
Yo,
then
you had a whole line like you were selling the iPhone. Like, oh.
had a whole line. It was pretty cool. And then I remember the last girl that went on the line. It was we were already packing, and there was a girl, and she had like a black eye. She looked like she was going through a lot. And she was like, "I just came to see. I'm sorry, I don't have nothing to buy. I don't have money." But I just felt bad because she had a freaking black eye, and she still went to see me. Oh, that was before, and I was like, here's a shirt, and I don't have no more salsas, but here's some mamey, and she was like so happy, and it just made my day that even though that she was going through a lot of shit, she still I would have probably been like, I'm not gonna go see this bitch with my black eye, you know. And yeah, but it was so fun because we had some, and Mario was telling me, stop talking to everybody for like 10, 15 minutes. We have a line.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna take my time. If they want to wait for me, they'll wait for me. If not, pues ya chingue su madre, ya valió madre. So the people that waited for me, they did, and I had a good talk with them. Like I remember, like the conversations I had with them, and it was really fun. And then we went to Arizona, and I took my mom to that, and she was crying because she was all proud of me, and then we went to Texas. We did San Antonio was the shit, man. There's like a lot of people that watch me in San Antonio. I had a big
Word?
there, yeah, and
Oh shit.
yeah,
Uh-oh.
it was pretty cool. Like Texas, like what the fuck? And they
You
had
don't expect it. You would think like, Cali, but
yeah,
wow, that's crazy.
it was really. It's like a good feeling, to
Yeah.
meet people, like real people, because they leave comments and shit, but you don't know them. You don't see their face. Like I said, I like faces. I like people's conversations and their voice and shit. So it was a good. It was like a time that I'll never forget because it was really fun.
Yeah,
And
that's what's up. Because I seen a video of somebody that made a video about it. Like
Mhm.
like not a reaction, but they just made a video about it, and they were like that you stayed there longer to talk to people and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's actually
Yeah,
pretty cool.
stay there until the last person, and I stay there talking to them. And in San Antonio, I had a lady, like una señora. She was older, like maybe in her 70s, and she took her fucking gangster ass son, her gangster ass fucking tatted up son with her, and she was hugging me. And this was during COVID, like fucking. And my mom was
Wow.
shit. She was like, "Why you hugging people?" And I'm like, "Oh, the fuck." And the lady was like, "Oh, you saved my son's life." Like he was like getting ready, like he had a gun and everything, like he was gonna kill himself. And then she said that he watched my videos. I don't know which video, but she said that it brought him, like it made him laugh, and it made him just like be grateful for life. I don't know what the fuck I said in that video.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, the fucking mom and the son, and they're here, and I don't know. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I like to talk to people, because if I didn't talk to them, then how would I know the story?
True.
And
True.
then, like, they're
You know what? Sometimes we don't, as people who do videos or whatever, we have no idea what other people are going through. It could be the smallest thing that we say that could make somebody's whole mind explode. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So you probably made a video about, like, I don't know, wiping your ass or something, and then that
Yeah.
person would have been like, oh my god, that's true. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you don't know what you said, but I'm glad you said it, because now that person didn't like end his like self delete himself.
Yeah. I guess he had gone through a lot because he went to jail for like 16 years, something like that. And when people go to prison for a long time, they don't come out right. So he's like, I wasn't used to this. I wasn't used to so many people and so much shit. So seeing you, it reminded me of who I was before I went to prison.
Oh wow.
So I don't know. I'm telling you, I was probably talking about wiping my ass and related to that shit. I don't know, but that's pretty cool.
that is cool. No, that is cool. No, so how has your family and everybody else kind of, like, how did they adapt to the success that you're getting off of making the videos and stuff like that?
Oh well, my kids, they're just like there goes my mom again. Like whenever they see me like bird or something, they just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like again my mom fucking weirdo. But they don't really react. Just like Mandy, she says, "Oh, did you know what your mom said? Like in high school, they used to tell him, you know what your mom said on the video?" And Mandy's like, "No, I don't want to know." Like, cause she knows what I talk about, so she's probably like, or sometimes she hears me talk about sexual things, and she tells me like, "Don't go there. Don't talk about my dad's penis. Like, stop." Because then
Yeah.
because then her friends are gonna find out, and I'm like, well, penis is natural, and I'm like, yeah, but they don't need to know about his. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, tell them not to. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but they're cool with it. They're just happy. They're happy that I'm happy, and they're happy that I found something that makes me. Because being a stay-home mom was really hard. You know, it's so like you work and you like when you go to work you get paid, but you work here at home and sometimes you don't even get a thank you. So you know,
That's true.
it's comp. It's not. It's something you have to do and you do it with love. But then you're like, sometimes you get like an eye roll or you're like a kind of like a fuck you, and you're like, what the fuck? I spent an hour doing that for you, and you don't care. So it's como se dice un pinche payless. It's just like a giving. You know those fucking words. It's like a giving thing.
It's like giving but not receiving is enough
Yeah,
that I get you. I get you.
yeah.
I got you. Now, let me ask you. With more success comes a little bit of like haters. You know what I'm saying? Have you seen some of the haters? Increase. Have you seen some of that or no?
Well, that's what I was thinking about the other day, because of what happened to me. People are like, "Oh my god, Bird, you're so good." Like before, I would get like, "Oh, you ghetto bitch. Oh, you look like you have three baby daddies," and all this stuff and weird comments. But like in real life, um, I feel like I don't really go out, but I feel like Mario, my husband, like at work, he said people just started like started not talking to him anymore, or he thinks you think you're all that because your wife makes videos or shit like that, like stupid thing, and it's work. But if you know how work can be like high school, like when somebody's like doing something with their lives, they just start whatever. But me now, I feel like since that happened to me, I feel like people are more loving and more supportive than before. It's
Yeah.
like gotten so much bullshit no more. But before I would. But I do get a few comments now like, "Oh, you should be grateful to your brother-in-law because of him now you have like a house and you have all these new things." And I'm like, fuck off, bro. Like rather we were gonna fucking get there anyways, we were
Yeah.
gonna eventually get our own place and do our own thing, with hard work, and like what happened, I would take it back for all the money in the world. Health
Of
is
course.
number one. Health is number
Yeah.
one, always. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of hate no more. And I was thinking the other day, man, I'm gonna make a video. When are you motherfuckers gonna start talking shit again? Because they haven't. Everybody's too happy. Everybody's too loving right now.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I have seen your support really go up. And I'm obviously I want to talk about the situation. I don't want to do it right now. We're going to talk about the situation, but there was a lot of things that I had, not about your situation, but other people, the behind the scenes that I had a problem with, that maybe you could shed some more light to. But I do see some of the support. That's a lot. Is a lot more and a lot more and a lot more. And I'm like, yo, I'm actually proud for you. I don't see like a lot of negative comments. So with that being said, have you seen that you're now, because you're starting to upload videos now and all
Mhm.
that. Do you see it uploading videos like a little harder, or is it a little easier, or coming up with ideas is a little harder? What you think?
Well, I feel like the ideas to me they're always there because I'm always thinking and I get like very creative in the night. That's when I'm like
At night.
up, like oh this and that, and so I just write it in my notes. And I remember I had a before I had a long list, and I don't know what the fuck happened to my phone. I think Mario's ass fucking went through it or something, but it all disappeared. So I was kind of sad for that. So now I'm every time I think of something, I write an idea, and I'm going kind of back to my normal self, like with the ideas. And then, but when it comes to setting up, it's harder with my hands because my left hand is my like strong hand, so I could like do stuff, but it's hard for me to like grip and like do stuff like let's say I have a bag of popcorn and I'm in the movie theater and I go in. I don't know where to get the popcorn because I can't feel shit. I always tell Mario I can't feel nothing at all.
Wait, so
My
you don't have no feeling on that hand?
No, like it feels like if I pick up 10 pounds, it feels like nothing, like picking up nothing.
Wow.
And it's
So
my whole left side.
you think that's like lo tendones or the nerves or something like
It's the
that? That's
it's,
what it is.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
but it's
Okay.
crazy because it's my whole left side. So
That's wild.
Mario has to touch my right titty. My yeah, and I
Uh-huh.
it because he's like, "Is that the titty you feel?" Or like this is the titty I feel. And then I told him, "You're pinching the one that don't feel, huh, motherfucker?" Because he always wanted to pinch my titties, but I never let him because it hurts. But now that I don't feel it, he's pinching it because he's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, yeah. We went to titty talk. That's hilarious.
Titty.
That's funny. Um. So, let's let's transition into something a little bit more serious. So, uh, I don't know how comfortable you are talking about it, but um, that day, I didn't know nothing about it until I think either I was either your sister. I don't know who it was. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They sent me a comment on my thing. I always read my comments, and they said and they put a link to it. And I'm like, what is Burr Martinez? I'm like, who the hell is gonna hurt Burr Martinez? So I'm thinking like you were either in like a party and you started talking mad shit and something happened. So I'm like, something happened. So I click on it and I start reading. I'm like, what? So when I got the news, I couldn't believe it. Literally could not believe it. But so in your words, if you don't mind, what happened that night?
So that night, I'm telling you, I don't believe it either. Sometimes I don't even. I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's so crazy. Like how I am right now. I was in my couch. We were chilling, watching a movie. We were watching the Walmart show. No, ¿cómo se llama el Walmart show? We were watching the Walmart show. Cloud Nine.
Oh,
'Cause
okay, got it.
I call it a Walmart show because it sounds like Walmart. It looks like Walmart.
All
So
right.
we were just chilling, and then I hear the in the kitchen. I hear somebody going like through the through the spoons or through the knives. They were going through something, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who's looking through my shit? I was getting mad because messing up my knives or whatever. And then I see my brother-in-law come in and just stands right in front of me and looks at me. And I look at him and I'm like, what the fuck? Because he's always been crazy, like always, like I don't know what schizophrenic or when after he got out of jail, he was never the same. Like I said, people are not the same because I think in jail they always have to be alert. They always have to be trucha, like because people will, stab you and do shit like that. So he was like in the jail mentality. He always like, oh, you guys are recording me, or
So he had like PTSD basically.
yeah, you guys are hacking me. But he always had it against me. His brother was like,
Why you? Why do you have any theory or idea why you?
so I really, I mean, I'm the only one that talks shit to him, because he talks shit to his mom, he talks shit to Mario. Mario's like, I don't want to like deal with you, so because Mario's the quiet one, but he'll confront people when once he's tired of it. But with him, there's no fixing things. So I would be like, fuck you stupid motherfucker. But I would only like talk shit when I was over it. So, anyways, I feel like I was the only one that would talk shit. But other than that, I never did anything to him. You know, a year before it happened, he was beating up his mom. He was kicking his mom on the floor because she wouldn't let him borrow her car. So I got in between them and I was like, "Stop it! Like, stop hitting her and stop! What the fuck is wrong with you?" So he turned around, grabbed
That
me,
was the choking incident, right?
the choking incident.
Okay.
Yeah. So they gave him,
Everybody was clipping that part, trying to like dissect it and stuff like that. Okay.
yeah. So they gave him 2 years for that, but because of COVID, he got a year early. He got out early. And that I remember the day they called me and they told me he's out, and I was shaking because I was so nervous because I thought he was gonna be mad at me. So maybe that's the only reason that I could give, that he was mad at me, because I pressed charges on him.
Basically it's like finally he's getting some consequences for his actions because
Yeah,
everybody else wouldn't. Okay, got it.
because nobody else would do anything about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he came in front of me and I did not see the knife at all. And you're not even gonna believe it. It was a Denny's knife. You know when you go to Denny's and they have like a steak knife?
The big joint, the Michael Myers one. Yeah.
Yeah, well he had that knife. Well,
Wait, how you not see that big ass knife?
I don't know. I didn't see it. He had it. I think he had it underneath his thing. Like,
Okay, okay.
I did not see it.
Like he was like it was like this, like
Yeah,
that, right? Okay, got it. Okay.
I think because I never saw it.
That's a huge knife though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna that you could cut through bone with that knife. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I never saw it. I never saw it because I would have reacted. I would have pushed away. I would have done something. And not even Mario. Nobody saw it. It was so fast. It was crazy. It was so fast. So he just looked at me. He didn't even speak. And I just looked at him. And then he grabbed the knife and then he stuck it in my neck. And it's like right here. He didn't even go right here. I'm like, why didn't he just stab me in the face? I would have had a cool scar or something. But he went like this, neck, and after he did it in my neck, I kind of like went like this, but then he went in deeper. I felt when he went in deeper, like I felt that shit. But when he went in deeper, I just,
Wait, does this time did you consciously know? Holy shit, he just stabbed me.
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so he went deeper and then
And he went deeper, and I just fell. Like I remember just falling, and like my whole body, like they sucked it up, and it was like
oh, like your whole strength done.
done, like no feeling, no look, see, but I couldn't move. I like paralyzed instantly, like 1 second. I was like, get up, Erica, get up, and I couldn't, and my whole body was just like numb. Like I didn't have a body anymore. I was just numb, and I remember kind of seeing red, and then I remember I was breathing because my lungs collapsed. I remember trying to breathe. And I remember because I watch a lot of crime shows, and I remember in the crime shows they always say to relax, not to waste your breath. So I was like, okay, relax, relax, Erica. And I guess I could hear Mario and his brother in the back fighting because they were like, Mario's like, what the fuck did you do? And Mario actually thought I was like playing dead. He didn't think something really bad happened. And when when I heard him fighting, I heard my kids screaming, and because they were all there, and I heard little Mario. He never left my side. I actually have a picture. It's like a really graphic picture where I'm laying there bloody, and little Mario is just sitting there right next to me. And he ran to the room, grabbed a band aid, and put it on my neck. And then, because he thought he could fix it. And then, when I was breathing, I remember I was like, "Fuck this! Like I'm gonna die! Like it's over!" Like I felt my I couldn't breathe anymore. Like it was gone. Like my I don't know if it was my soul or something inside me was leaving. So I was like, "Fuck!" I was like, "I'm gonna die young. This is some bullshit. Why am I gonna die so young?"
You really thought that? Out of everything else, that's the first thing. Yeah, all right.
I really think, and I was talking to God. I was telling him, why am I gonna die so young? I wanted to live till 99. My dream has always been to die old, but like a cool old lady. I don't know. And and I was like, okay, well, I guess this is it. And I was just praying, telling God, like, just make sure my kids are okay. Take care of my mom, take care of my husband. I was just talking to him and telling them to take care of them. And then I just remember like leaving, like floating. I know people say they see God and they see stuff. I didn't see shit. I just I went to the darkness, kind of like floating. I know. I always tell everybody that I was like in a waiting room.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot. Well, maybe you were, because you weren't meant to go. So you were like in holding, like like all right, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Like we don't know what we're gonna. So when that happened, I was just like, I think I was dead because I wasn't breathing anymore, or I don't know where I was. But then I heard like a little voice. I think little Mario noticed that I wasn't breathing anymore, and he told me, "Mommy, breathe," like little tiny voice. And then when I heard him, I got like all my strength, and I said, "Fuck this! I'm not gonna fucking die." I don't know. I don't know if I was up there, wherever the fuck I was, but I like got my strength, and I like like I took a breath. I took a breath.
Wow,
Yeah. and
that's crazy.
and for them saying, "Oh, she has a pulse or she's breathing," pick me up, and it took 25 minutes for the ambulance. 25 minutes, but they took me in there, and Sophia, my daughter, she was recording because she's like, for evidence. So she was recording everything, and they put like an IV on me, and I was just like this, and I don't remember. After that, I was just um I don't know. Mario says that I was just like sleeping, and then finally when I woke up, I was paralyzed, like totally fucking paralyzed. Like I thought I could never explain shit. Like
Yeah,
couldn't even move like this, or like I could only move like this. Paralyzed from here all the way to my.
yeah, because the some of the reports were like you are quadriplegic. You know what I mean? Some of the reports were saying that. So because of those reports, there was like a bunch of videos of women like crying. Like I saw this one video of this tatted up girl all brolic, and she was like, ah! And I'm like, damn. So I know for a fact that you touched a lot of people. I know that for a fact that people went to that extent to actually couldn't hold back, and share their emotions. When I made my reaction, I didn't even know what was. I didn't even monetize it. I didn't even put no music. I just said what I had to say because I didn't even know what happened, and I was just hoping that none of that whole quadriplegic. I hope that was just a theory, not even something that is gonna be possible. You know what I mean? And good thing that you actually recovered and you're actually good. You know.
Yeah.
Um. So before I go into the whole recovery thing. Let's go into a couple of theories that I've ran into, and and I want to hear your take because I know it's bullshit, but I want to hear your take. So one of the theories was that everything that happened is all fake.
No.
That you're doing this just to get money and all this other stuff. And I'm like, last time I checked, you can't fake being paralyzed. You know what I'm saying?
I
So you can't fake like wounds and stuff. So what do you got to say about that?
actually read that, and then when finally after months of me being in the hospital, I was FaceTiming my kids because I couldn't um they couldn't visit me. And I remember Mandy telling me, she's like, "Can you believe people are telling that this is fake?" And then she's like, "I can't believe that." And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, bro, that's you know how fucking embarrassing that would be if I actually fake being paralyzed and then they caught me and then I'm gonna be on fucking if everybody's
TMZ or
at
something like
that
that.
put me on blast and say this fake ass bitch. Oh hell no. Plus, I even like that. And I know some people do some weird shit like that for money. But I've never been I mean, money is important to survive. I mean, we don't want to live in the street. But really, for fucking money, hell no. And I just think it's hilarious that people would say that. Like, their imagination is crazy, But I'm just, I feel bad for them. Yeah, they would say like, "Oh, I wish that's not true. I just saw her down the street." Yeah, like, yeah, you just saw me, but this happened last night. Like, you probably saw me running around the freaking cucaracha, the produce truck, with, with one eyebrow on, because that's what I would usually do. Because I was like, I needed to make a video and I needed some tomatoes, but that happened. That happened at the night. So that's why you saw me in the day because that's what I do. I freaking run around I would run around everywhere
Yeah,
before.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I didn't think you were the type to like fake this. Like I'm like that's completely stupid. And on top of that, uh there's definitely videos on the channel where you can clearly see Mario and like some of the stitches. I'm like, you can't fake that. That's not something nobody's a makeup artist over here. Like, calm down. So another one that I read was the reason why the stepbrother would do this is because uh Bert Martinez had an affair with the brother, and there was a love triangle and all this other stuff. Talk about talk about that.
I know. People were, I saw that. I was
That
like,
was
oh,
like a novela. I'm like, what kind of novela? Ass like, yo, chill out.
like, no mames, qué pinche novela que la chingada. I mean, soy puta, but not that much of a puta. Like, I'm not that desperate. Like, no, there's so much men out. There's so many men out here. Like, why would I do with my freaking brother? And I know that motherfucker since he was 12. He's like and then he actually dated my sister, my little sister. So there's a novela right there, but not with me. And I know that's what people probably that because that's what like passionate shit, like you stab something. And then I was like, I see why they would think that because it would make a lot of sense, but no, that's nasty. And my brother-in-law, I like my Mario. There's two brothers. There's a crazy one and there's a calm one. So I like the calm one because I'm already a little crazy. So I like the calm to my crazy. And I imagine if I got with a crazy motherfucker and I'm fucking crazy,
Oh man,
that wouldn't work out.
you
No,
need a balance. You need a balance.
balance. It's all about balance. And yeah. But my brother-in-law, he had his issues with me, but it never we never had like anything about that um like love thing, or I don't even, he had his wife and he had his girlfriend, and we actually lived with the girlfriend, but he after he broke up with her, it went downhill. I feel his mental health. So I don't know. Maybe it has to do something with that he didn't have anybody next to him. But yeah, an affair that would have made a lot of sense. But no, hell no.
Gotcha. And one last one I haven't heard so many people talk about, but I've seen certain people put this out there saying that the reason why he did this is because he was like Mario's mom secretly wanted you out of the picture or whatever the case is. Uh and this came based on the interview that she did with I think was it Telemundo or something like that. Um, what do you think about that? What do you think about that theory?
I think um so my mother-in-law has a lot to do with our the whole thing, and she would talk a lot about me with her son, like, oh, they're not talking shit. So they did have issues with me, both of them. So I don't know. I don't think she told him anything like, "Oh, I want you to hurt Erica to get her out of the picture." I don't think, but they did talk shit about me. But I don't. They she he would fuck with her too. He was a bad son, a bad husband, just a bad person in general. But I don't know. But it's like the two villains, and then I'm over here like freaking Cinderella, like, oh, don't hurt me, pero pues así es, pero no, they didn't get together to hurt me. But I would see why they would do that, because my mother-in-law, she's like the villain. I even saw like Mario told me about a Facebook, somebody made like a Facebook group just to talk shit about her, like, you know, dissect all her fucking la suegra. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then she already fucking hears me saying all this shit about her, talking so much crap. And then she's like, why don't you just tell me to my face? And then she even had like somebody translate all the videos, like all my videos to her, because she doesn't understand English. But it's like, okay, I've told her before. She knows how I feel. And if you don't like it, why would you have somebody translate it? Because you kind of like it, I feel. Es lo que pienso. Si yo sé que I know that somebody don't like me, why would I fucking go there and obsess over that shit? You just waste.
Yeah, messy people are gonna like messy.
Yeah, it's not like son. That's what I have to say. Like mother, like son.
But there you go. Now, I wanna talk about some of the things I had an issue with. Um, I felt like the the GoFundMe that you guys received, I felt like that goal should have been reached day one. You know, I was extremely, extremely disappointed on the lack of media coverage it got.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there's been a lot of examples of YouTubers who famous or not, but still pretty well known, who go through traumatic things, and they get media coverage nonstop. They get a hashtag on Twitter and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I felt that you got was a Telemundo type of coverage, and I'm like, that's to me that's a little weak.
Mm-hmm.
What, in your opinion, why do you think so?
I'm not sure. Maybe they're probably like maybe because I curse because I saw a lot of that like when because I read some comments saying like, "Oh, she brings negative." I've seen her cooking show, her cooking channel, and she curses a lot, and she's around so many gangbangers, and she abuses her kids by speaking to them like that. And I don't know. I guess there's a bad rap when you curse. You know, you get like a bad reputation or something because you curse, just because of the cursing. And I feel like a lot of people just don't want to, they don't fuck with me like that, you know? But the people that do fuck with me, they fuck with me hard. And, you know, they went out of their way to help me, not only financially, but they helped me with their prayers. Because I wouldn't even be moving if it wasn't for, you know, my therapy and with the help of God. Because it's a miracle. I had a guy right next to me. He was my neighbor in the facility, and he was a C1, C2 like me, and he didn't move at all. Like, he was totally paralyzed from the neck down, and he did not move at all. That was his life. And he told me when he saw me walking, and then I got back in my wheelchair, and he said, "Erica, you have a chance. Take it. Get off that wheelchair and walk." She's like, "Don't rely on that wheelchair. It's making you weak. Get stronger. Get stronger. Do it for us, the ones that can't move." You know, so yeah, like I feel like, well, the reason why I feel that I didn't get like coverage or whatever, maybe it's because I curse, maybe because they don't consider me like, you know, a real YouTuber or like a big influence or whatever the fuck ever. And it's okay because the people that did help me, it came from their hearts, and they did help me, and I have my house now, and you know we're paying it, but it was a big help, you know, to make a down payment. And you know, and especially in California, man, everything's so expensive. So we're here now, and I wanna thank for those that people that did rock with me. You know, they're good people because they didn't have to. And you know, I saw you posting about me too, and that was a big help because you didn't have to do that, and you did it. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I felt like us as Latinos, we got definitely stick together. And I think that's the first thing I told you when I spoke to you. You know, that's the reason for my whole channel is unity between Latinos. You know, and there's, you know, let's be honest, a lot of Latinos don't like to help each other. Let's be completely honest. You know, Mexicans don't hate other Mexicans sometimes. You know, Dominicans hate other Dominicans. So it happens, and I felt like I needed to put more awareness. I saw a lot of outside coverage on your situation than mainstream media. I even reached out to like some local, you know, news organizations. They never responded back. But the fact that people were putting the word out there, I want to give a huge shout out to Activate LA. Nonstop, he was like like, you know, nonstop, and that's something that I feel we should definitely do. That's something that I feel that was very necessary, because once we say, okay, whatever, it is what it is, um, then we shouldn't be complaining when we don't get what what we want. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be complaining. So the fact that he was the main one that I've seen nonstop hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Shout out to him, because you know, he was definitely like the forefront of that. And I feel like I don't want to toot my own horn, but I feel like I was putting it out there, but I was working behind the scenes a little bit more of like, hey yo, you know, this is happening. You know what I'm saying? She should definitely get more coverage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So definitely, you know,
thank
I'm
you.
I'm 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 proud and happy that you actually are recovering, and I want to definitely talk about that. The so outside of the whole news thing. Oh wait, before I even go there, I just found it very interesting that, for example, that I don't know if you ever saw that news thing about that white girl going missing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I end up finding out that she only had like 10K subscribers when she went missing. For what I know, when she went missing, it bumped her up to like 200 something or 500K or whatever the case is. And I said, wait a minute, you mean to tell me a white girl that went missing got nonstop coverage for this, but Bert Martinez gets stabbed up, and the best that she got was Telemundo? Like, come on now, that makes no sense. But
Yeah,
you know,
I heard about that. I was in my room, and I remember seeing her. Like I couldn't change the channel without seeing her over and over and over and over again. And I was curious. I'm like, is she famous or what's going
I
on?
never even heard of the girl. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say like whatever happened to her was not.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just pointing out the difference between how media covers a certain group of people and how they cover us. You know what I'm saying? Like how they cover us is like, oh, that was meant to happen because look at who they are. You know what I mean? But with them, it's like, oh my god. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I might be bugging. I don't know.
no, no, but you're right. You're right, and it's not fair because there's so many people out there missing and going through worse things, and her was like a whole like conspiracy theory, like oh the cops stopped her, and they like it was so much. It was so much, and it was everywhere. And I mean, like you said, it's not to put her down because she did pass away, and it was a big it's huge for her family. But the media is just wrong how they do people. How they put, like they focus on, like you said, one type of people, certain people, and other people it's like, oh well, that's what she gets. you know that's what
Yeah. Now I want to go into to your recovery. How long have you been? Because I know you're still recovering now, but how long did it take you to get from being in the wheelchair to learning how to walk to like now? How long did it take you to do that?
um so it was when I got out of the hospital. I was in the hospital 4 months, and I was just in bed. Like I remember, I was in a room. I was like in like not the ghettoist. It was in ghetto. It was just because they have so many patients, stroke patients, quadriplegics, and I remember I didn't even know how to say the damn word quadriplegics or quadriplegic. I don't know. I would be like in bed.
No, don't worry. I couldn't even read the word. I was like, quadra
No,
what?
and I would be in bed, and they were like, "This is Erica. She's a quadriplegic," and I kept hearing that word, and I couldn't talk because I had a vent. I couldn't talk for all these months, and I would be in my head, "I'm not a freaking quadriplegic. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you stupid bitch." Like I would always talk shit in my head, and I remember when I wanted to communicate something, I would be like, because you can't speak, so you could make sounds though. So I would be like, when I wanted to call somebody. Yeah, that's how you do it, man. Because these people don't hear you. The nurses don't. They're like, "I'm sorry, sweetie, I can't read lips." Like, okay, this is your job. So, anyways, I couldn't move, so they have to. When you're not able to move, they have to turn you every 2 hours, reposition you. So they would move me one way 1 hour, the other way at an hour, and it was hard, man. It was hard because they had to put a diaper on you, they had to put a foley on you. That's for your piss, and I was like, I don't know when I pee, I don't know when I don't because it's in there. I didn't. I
Damn.
didn't even know we had 3 holes. I had thought we only had 2 holes. I really didn't know. So we have a little hole where we pee. I thought it was the same hole for everything. So
No, no. I, right now, right now, virgins just figured something out. They're like, "What? There's what?" You know what I mean?
holes. There's holes in us. So, um, so yeah, I was in the bed for 4 months, not even able to talk, whatever. I went to another a facility. It was like a congregate where it's like a transition before going home. You go to like a house. It's like a mini hospital, but it's a house. And there I was there for a month, and they would do therapy, but they would just kind of like move my arm and like sit me up. One time they sat me up, and I fell on the floor because I guess I slipped, and I was crying because my legs, since I was stiff for so long, I couldn't. When my leg bent, it really really hurt, and I got a frozen shoulder because since I couldn't move I could move. I started moving my left hand, but I didn't know I couldn't feel. I would just move it little by, like, I started like this, kind of like a little bit, and it was huge because they told me I wasn't gonna move. That was like
Wow.
4 months in. So since I couldn't move my right side, I got a frozen shoulder, and since I could feel on that side, I would feel the pain. So I think from there, there was a girl from my YouTube, in the comments. She told me, I know a place where they take care of quadriplegics. That's all they focus on. So Mario messaged her, and they gave us information. So my insurance, no, the owner of that place called my insurance, and my insurance said no, all congregates are the same. So the insurance was being such a fucking dick, bro. Like,
Really?
yeah, like you don't know how it is to go from like like normal to going through something so traumatic that you have to deal with insurance, you have to deal with your care, all this shit. So the insurance, there was a time where they just wanted to send me to a nursing home. They're like, oh, you're not gonna get any better. Like, this is it. We're gonna send you to a nursing home. Or anyways, so finally 2 weeks after that, they approved me to go to this congregate. So the first week there, they got me a wheelchair. I had never been up from the bed. 5 months into my recovery, I had been in the bed for months, and these motherfuckers brought me a wheelchair, electric wheelchair, and they sat me down. I felt like my ribs were breaking because I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how it felt to sit down again,
Wow.
and I was like, "Bro, what is this?" And I saw my reflection in the glass, and I was crying because I thought I was gonna go from a bed to walking. This is my mentality, But no, I went from a bed to a wheelchair because that's how it is. But back then, I didn't know that. Back then, I just wanted to walk. I was like, fuck this. I'd rather either get out of bed and walk or die.
Yeah,
Just kill
you went from bed to rolling and
me.
walking then.
That. And then I told them, in my head, I was very depressed. I was like, fuck you, God. Why you do this to me? I just want to die. Just fucking kill me. What's the point of living? Look, I'm just in the bed. It's so hard mentally. It's so hard because you do your own shit. You wipe your own ass. You know, do whatever you gotta do. Like, if you want to scratch your face, I couldn't even scratch my nose. I couldn't,
Wow.
and I couldn't do my hair and my makeup. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I just wanted to die. So I met this therapist. Her name is Iris, and she does therapeutic. She actually went to Beijing. She's Peruvian, but she went to Beijing to study the nerves for 4 years to do therapy, especially for quadriplegics. Like, that's all she does. And she's like, okay, Erica. This lady, she got my foot, and she started just pinching it, pinching it, pinching it, pinching it. This is what she does. And she says, your nerves are damaged, so we're gonna create new pathways. Yeah, and we need to clean you up. And I was like, okay, crazy lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she started pinching me, pinching. We did this for like a month, just pinching me. And then I started moving my left leg. Yeah, because my left leg I could move a little bit more. She started sitting me down. I would this dude, this was me for months. I was like this. I guess because they stabbed me on my left side. I don't know why, but I was like this. They had to put pillows underneath me so I could be straight or be straight. And then, like 2 minutes later, I was back like this. So
Oh my god.
yeah, like this. And then this arm was like this. I look so stupid. And then like I just want to be like people with. And my legs were skinny. I was 90 pounds, and I was like this.
Damn.
I just wanted to die because I'm not being like shallow, but I care about how I look because I am you imagine yourself a certain way. So when you see yourself like this broken down, the other version of you, like when you're like 80, in diapers. I wearing a fucking diaper. I was like small. It was like size small, and it was big on me. Yeah, me wearing
Wow.
at 35 wearing a fucking diaper, bro. Like, ay, Dios mío santo. And then to take a shit in a diaper is so hard. Because you're going to take a shit and you don't want to take a shit. You want to go to the toilet. I know that sounds personal as fuck, but you want to take a shit in the toilet. And I just dreamt of taking a shit in the toilet. I was like, please, God, I just want to feel how to take a shit. I love taking shits. So I just wanted to take a shit in the toilet. So, anyways,
My best ideas always come from taking shit in the toilet. I don't know. I don't know why.
see, we all have our spot. So they started sitting me down so I could get my balance. I remember it was a big day when I would always go like this. It was a big day when I finally sat down and I stood up on my own. And that was a huge day because they were like, okay, next we're gonna stand you up. And when they stood me up, I kind of fell to the side. But since I can't feel my left side, I don't know how to balance myself. I didn't know how to balance myself because you don't know how much weight to put in it since I can't feel it. So,
Yeah, because it's numb. It's numb and stuff. Yeah.
how do you do it? So it felt like I was walking. It feels like my right leg is like long as fuck, and the other leg is not a leg there. So they would stand me and then they would sit me, stand me and sit me for like 2 hours. I had to practice how to feel the floor. You have to feel the floor. You have to feel the floor. That's all I did. That's all I did. So like 6, 7 months in, no, 7 months in, I finally got up and did my first steps with my physical therapist and Mario by my side. But I have the video and I have the picture, and I'm walking on stupid, and my leg, it felt like it weighed like 50 pounds, like pushing down, like I was trying to pull it up the floor and I couldn't, and I had the trach and the ventilator on me. It felt like I would get out of breath with two steps. But little by little, therapy, more pinching. I know, a bunch of pinching, and then I remember the therapist. She told me you have to squeeze your butt cheeks. You have to squeeze your butt cheeks. Yeah, because it's a muscle.
Why?
Because it's a muscle that you need to stand up. When you get up, you push your feet and you push your butt up. And
Wait a minute. Let me try this. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
you don't know what you have until you lose it. For you, it's an everyday thing. But once you don't have it, you're like, oh shit, this whole time. And you have to relearn how to do.
I knew that our butts, right, were used to balance when we walk or when we run. I didn't know it was supposed to like start us off to like stand up. When I just did it, and I'm like, oh wait, okay, no, you're right, you're right.
Yeah. And then since I didn't move for months, all of that was weak. I lost all of that. And I got pneumonia 3 times. Bec- Yeah,
Damn.
because since your lungs are meant to move. So when you don't move, your lungs get weak. And I aspirated twice because I ate an egg, and the freaking nurse laid me down, and I got pneumonia, and I was like coughing blood, and it was crazy. It was
Damn.
bad, I'm telling you. This whole thing has been but anyways, back to the butt thing.
Yeah,
The the lady told me squeeze your butt, but since I could only feel one side, to feel your butt cheeks, to squeeze your butt cheeks, you need to feel both sides. How? So I would tell the nurse, "Am I squeezing my butt? Can you check if I'm squeezing my butt? Can you check if I'm squeezing my butt?" And she's like, "I think you're squeezing your butt. I'm not sure." And by the way, I got along with all the fucking nurses, all the fucking nurses, all the CNAs. We got so close with all the motherfuckers. It was like chisme center up in my room. Room number.
Get out of here for real. Rule number two, cheese man. Yeah.
And like, Erica, tell me what's going on today. And they would come straight to the room and be like, okay, let me tell you what happened. So um so one day I was in bed, and I was just like practicing to squeeze my butt. And I was like squeezing my butt, but I didn't know if I was doing it. And I went, I could feel my butt. I could feel my butt. I started crying because I could feel my freaking butt cheeks. I started crying over my butt cheeks. Yes. I was like, thank you, God, thank you, God. So I remember from then, that day, I told him that I was ready to wear pull ups. So I went from diapers to pull ups so that I could practice going to the bathroom. But I wasn't sure. Yeah, it's ready. I wasn't sure when I could go, when I was ready to go to the bathroom, because my stomach would hurt, but at the exit I couldn't feel. And I have to keep practicing. I have to keep practicing. So finally, I went to the bathroom, and that helped a lot because I made my butt muscles and my leg muscles. Because when you're in the bathroom, you push yourself up, you push yourself up. So that was a big deal. So from then, I got therapy. There was a time I would get therapy 3 times a week, physical therapy, and 2 times a week occupational therapy, and 2 more times a week the other therapy, alternative therapy. It was like therapy all the time, all the time, all the time.
Wow. But it helped out. It helped out
Yeah,
because I remember you couldn't talk. You had like a hole here. And
yeah,
now you're like that you're actually talking, you know?
yeah. I'm talking, and I'm doing my thing. And one day I was just like, I took that advice of that guy that I told you, Mr. Who. He's a Chinese guy. He had been here for three years, and then he got paralyzed. Um, I just got rid of the wheelchair. I just used my wheelchair to charge my phone, but not as I didn't use it for nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I used it for. Cause it charges really fast. It has like a double fucking, I don't know what the fuck, battery Magnum. I don't
For real? Really?
that battery, that wheelchair. One time I left the facility to go shopping, and I left for 8 hours, and I came back. I know they were so mad at me. I don't give a fuck. And then I came back, and then I couldn't believe I left for that long. It's because I got lost in the freeway, but yeah, I was in my wheelchair. I only used it I only used my wheelchair for a charger, and I was in the walker, and I would fall a lot. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this, and I started working on my balance. And now I walk around my little steps, and I'm still stiff, but I'm much better. Like, I don't fall as often as I used to. And yesterday I was trying to shoot a basketball,
Mm.
but
Mm.
and
Oh damn.
I
No, but you'll get there. You'll get there. But let me before we wrap it up, right? I wanna give the conclusion about the situation that happened with you. You made a video about your brother-in-law being sentenced and stuff, and that you personally took it upon yourself to walk up on there to make sure he sees you. And um so tell us about that. How much time did he get? How did you feel seeing him again? How did you feel telling your story, and I think your kids telling the story? Like, how did that feel?
Well, we were we were getting ready to go to we were gonna go to trial with for my brother-in-law. I was talking to the DA, and she said, "Well, we're offering a life sentence. That's what we're trying to get, because what he did to you is attempted murder, and his brother too, a double attempted murder. And since he did have a family restraining order, he did that too. Like, he violated that, and then um, it was another thing, a weapon. It was like a bunch of charges, and his bail was like a million something. Like, he was 2 million. Oh yeah,
Yeah, remember. Well, for people that might not know, it was like around 200,000. Then later on, it got to like 2 million, and I'm like, whoa.
yeah, it was 2 million, and it was here in California. It's like, it's so stupid. Like, if they just let, like, everything's not a big deal, like charges. So that was, I guess, a bigger deal. So then the DA said, well, his lawyer is trying to say plead insanity, because he went to different psychologists, and
Wait, how would that work? Plead and sign that doesn't make, you know what I mean? That would that even work?
no, he's fucking stupid. That wasn't gonna work. But I guess because he is, I don't know, he's bipolar. I don't know what the fuck he is. He's a piece of shit. Um, but she was like, they have the paperwork and this and that. I don't know if that was gonna work. But then she's like, we wanna do a plea deal. And first they were saying, when we into the meeting, she was saying 45 years. And then she's like, but I'm not gonna work with that, because what he did to you in front of your kids was not right. He's like, she said, this is forever. This is for the rest of your life. And I feel like she understood more, because she was a mother of three herself, the DA. So I feel like it's a good thing, because she is more empathetic. I mean, men are empathetic too, but woman to woman, it's a different feeling as a mother.
It's a different vibe, yeah.
It's a different vibe, exactly. So then, after that, they wanted to. They said, life. We're gonna do life, but he has the possibility of parole when he turns 50, because in California there's a thing called elderly release. Yeah, so I guess when you're 50, you're elderly, which is bullshit, because you're not elderly at all.
No,
50,
aren't you like 60? That's when you're elderly or something like that.
yeah, you're elderly for you have to be like 65 to stop working to get or to retire. But
Exactly. That's weird.
that is weird. So, but that's just California. That's California right there for you. So then, she said he has that, but he could get out when he's 50. But if you come and you say you show up for the hearing, then he won't get out. So we're gonna make sure to go when that happens. So then we have to go to the sentencing, and we have to get our ¿cómo se llama?
Victim statement.
The victim statement. Yeah, the victim statement. And I told my mom, Mario just didn't want to be there, because that's his brother.
I would
So,
understand. I would understand if nobody wanted to be there, but I get it.
yeah, at the end of the day, it was so weird. Like, the first time I went in there, I went with my wheelchair, and it was me, and I had like a support lady, like, to be there, like, to advocate with me. And I told my just stay outside. And when I get there, it's my mother-in-law and this other evil bitch, my brother-in-law's ex-wife. Oh my
Oh man. Uh-oh.
god. This stupid bitch gave me my first gray hairs ever. I never had gray hairs, and when I met her, I fucking got gray hairs.
And this is not your little sister, right? This is actually somebody else.
Sister dodged a bullet with that motherfucker. Like, no, she told me that the first time, I guess he got jealous and he got all fucking crazy on her. She just broke up with him. So that's good.
Oh well, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, so this evil bitch is there. And she just doesn't even try to like, fake it, look a little. No, this bitch was like this. She was just staring at me, and I got beef with her like for life. Me and her have beef for life. Oh,
Forever.
fuck this puta sucia, like seriously. So then I felt their eyes on me, and I'm looking for my brother, and I'm like, when is he gonna come out? And I see this fat motherfucker with long hair and glasses, and I'm like, no fucking way. I swear I did not know it was him. When he went into jail, he was like 170. Yeah, he was because he would do weights like outside and be like a crackhead just doing weights, doing weights, doing weights. And then when I saw him, he was like 300 pounds.
Damn. God damn.
I'm telling you, he living the good life in there. He was like long hair. He didn't even look like him. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in like the twilight zone. This bitch over here looking at me. I'm over here. He's over there. Like, what's going on? And then and his eyes were crooked. His eyes were crooked. Like, I don't know what.
Todo cruzado and all that.
I don't know. So they gave us another court date so we could go. And I was like, I'm gonna walk up in that bitch. I'm gonna walk up in the bitch because I say I'm gonna walk up in that bitch and I don't care. And I wasn't even in my good walking stage by here. But in this time, I was like kind of like walking, but my leg was still heavy. So I took my walker and it took Mario parked off far. He parked because I didn't have a handicap thing back then. He parked so far, and but I was like, no, I'm gonna walk. My mom's like, can I have a wheelchair? And I'm like, no, no wheelchair. I'm gonna walk because I said I'm gonna walk. It's the final countdown. Da-da-da. And I'm like going and going and going, and I'm like sweating and like just mad, angry because I want to walk. So I finally get there, and when I walked in there, and my brother-in-law's ex-wife, my mother-in-law, everybody, all them, even him, they all like look at me like the fucking bitch opened her mouth like a mosca's gonna go in there, like for real. They could not believe it, but it was like I did it, motherfuckers. Like I don't give a fuck. Like it was like a proud moment for me, you know.
Yeah, you showed them that you were doing something that they thought that wasn't gonna happen. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we went in there, and my mom was there. My mom was all fucking shaking. She's not good at talk. Like she gets really nervous. So we did our victim statement, and first it was Mandy. She was just, it was very sad to see her because she just
She's a kid, so I get it.
was hurt. Out of anything, I feel like she was hurt the most because that's her uncle, and she's like, you're never gonna see us again, and guess what, now we have our own house and you could never touch us, and I never want to talk to you again, and you were supposed to protect us and you couldn't even do that, like, and it was like, it was sad, but she held it, like she held it together, and then my mom, when it was her turn, she was like, because you have to give you like your first name first. And my mom, they weren't even asking her. She's like, Beatriz, Narciso, like all shaking and shit. And then she's like, first of all, I want to tell you that what you did to my daughter was not okay. And God is going to forgive you, but I'm not. And what you did to her was not, she said what you did to her was not okay like 5 times. She just didn't know what to say anymore. and she was really really nervous. And then it was my turn, and then I was like, um, first I said, first of all, I just want to tell you I don't forgive you, and you act like you were this hard ass cholo, but you only fuck with women. Um, you, I said you hurt me most of it. You hurt my children, and then I was telling him, what else did I say? ¿Qué le dije? Do you remember what I told her? No. No, I told him like, I know you act like you have mental health issues, but guess what? Everybody has mental health issues. But it's your actions, it's your actions what matter. And you think you hurt me physically, and I will never be the same because of you. And I told him what everything I went through, and I said, but you're never gonna get it because you're not, you don't understand, and you never put my kids. You're supposed to protect my kids, but you couldn't even do that. And then I said, whatever, whatever. And then like I said again, I'm never gonna forgive you, and I hope you run in jail. But I don't know if he's gonna get out or not. And then this motherfucker turns around and tells me, he's like, I know you guys had a hard day. I don't even know why he spoke. He said, I know you guys had a hard day. We're going through a lot, but so was I. Imagine what I was going through that night. Just imagine
Mm,
going through.
what? What?
He said, I hope I could talk to you someday, and I love you. Yeah.
Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. What? What? That makes no type of sense. Like how? Okay. When somebody wants to be the victim, they'll be the victim. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He said that too. He said that to us, and he said that to me, looking at Mandy and Sophia, trying to act like, oh, I'll talk to you guys soon. Like, what the fuck? Like, what were you going through? What did you go through? And he said, I was going through a lot that day, and for the past two years, mentally, I don't know what the fuck he was going through, but he didn't go through shit. He just went to jail, and that's where he wants to be.
if if we're gonna be talking about like what people went through, you might as well interview the knife. Like how did you feel? You know what I mean? Like that's so weird. Like it's just it seems like he's all right. He's getting big. You know what I mean? He's eating right. So
Yeah, he's
hey,
better than me. I couldn't fucking eat. I had a G tube for months, 4 months, no, 5 months, and they had I have two belly buttons now, and then it would go on my stomach. So yeah, so I would get hungry. I would get hungry, and I'm like, I'm so hungry, and they're like, oh, well, it's not your time yet. You get food until 10 in the morning. I'll be like, okay, and then they would put the freaking food in my tube, like the fucking liquid shit, and then I'm like, oh, it's so. They couldn't even fucking taste it. All of a sudden, you feel full. And
damn.
yeah, that's it. And then one time they overfed me. I was like, I can't stand it. I feel like I'm gonna blow up. Like I'm so bloated. So they got the syringe and they took the food out from my stomach.
Yo, yo. Yo, that's crazy. I know for a fact, just hearing this, I hope nothing like that ever happens to me. You know what I mean?
Oh, take care of yourself and enjoy it. Enjoy your fucking like your movement, and you don't understand how blessed you are. I know people say that all the fucking time, but when you lose it, you understand.
Listen, hey, I just figured out that squeezing my butt is the reason why I could stand up. I didn't even know, you know what I mean? I didn't even know I do that. That's crazy.
You didn't know, and you 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 don't know a lot of things like your coordination, your motor skills, all that shit. Like I still, this my hand. Look at all the burns that I have because I still cook, but I since I can't feel, I burn myself a lot. and so I don't feel the burns, but that doesn't mean they're not bleeding. Sometimes I'm like, cooking, and then I see a bunch of blood flowing down my arm, and then I'm like, oh shit, I did it again, and I get scared, and I try to put vitamin E because I don't want to be off. I look suicidal. Yeah, and then this one, it looks like I'm throwing some fucking gang signs, but that's just how my hands are.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's the bird Martinez gang sign right there.
This bitch, yeah, but that's just how my hands are. I try to, and this is how I could lift my arm. That's it. This one I could lift it like this, but whatever. I'm working on it.
Yeah, yeah, little by little. Listen, we pray for you. We definitely support you and stuff. Before we wrap it up, you want to give the people one last message of hope, one last affirmation and stuff?
Yeah, we don't even know how many people are going through this bullshit. One out of every 50 Americans is some type of paralyzed. And we don't even know that because a lot of them don't go out. A lot of them don't want to go out because, what did you say, Mandy, about that disabled people are 3 times more what? Oh, 50% more likely to get assaulted. Yeah, disabled people are 50% more. They have more possibilities to get assaulted.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Mandy always tells me because I tell her I want to go out in my wheelchair, and she's like, "Take off those shorts. You're showing too much meat. You're showing too much. You're showing too much skin."
Well, she should be using that same advice. She's showing too much stomach. All right, so you know what I'm saying.
That's Mandy for you with the crop tops. That's. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so tan." I'm like, well, "Yeah," because that's all she wears her little shirts, but she looks pretty. I tell her, "You're only 15 once. You better rock that shit to the fullest." But people look at her and they don't. They think like, "Oh, little muchachita, ¿verdad?" But she has a 4.0 GPA
Uh-oh.
since freaking since ninth grade, and at one time she had 4.3, 4.5. Really smart girl.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
She wants to be a politician one day.
Oh, word. Uh-oh. You
Yeah,
better you better do your thing then.
to help Latinos. That's what she wants to do.
Yeah, you better do your thing. There's a lot of Latinos who are U.S. citizens who still get deported to Mexico because they're Latinos. Which is
They don't
insane.
look a certain way. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah. So are you gonna start becoming like an advocate for people who are paralyzed and disabled and stuff?
yeah. Actually, in the facility where I was, New Start. Every time there was a possibility of a patient that wanted to come in, like their parents or their tias, whoever came in, they wanted to look at the place. They would be like, go, Erica, because they know I like to talk. So I would be like, oh, yeah. So this is what the first week I got here, they got me a wheelchair. And look at me, I'm moving. And because the thing is that they help you to be independent. So even if you're totally paralyzed, you could have a life. So,
Gotcha.
I would always talk to the patients and or the family members, and when I left, they told me that if whenever they had like a new patient, if I could go talk to them, because it's like a new life because they were like normal and then now they're paralyzed, so they don't know what the fuck is going on. So they said that if I could go back to help them and they would pay me, or if I could go and be part of they have a name for it, be part of like
Like the tour or staff or whatever.
I talk to the insurances about that place because the thing is that not a lot of people know about it. But yeah, we need to fucking talk about this shit because there's a lot of stroke patients too.
Yeah.
And you always think, oh, it's not gonna happen to me. So enjoy being a fucking you moving everything and squeezing your butt cheeks. Enjoy that shit.
It's true. You enjoy the little things that you have. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
listen, Bert Martinez, thank you very much. Shout out to your family. Much prayers and support going out to you. Thank you very much for coming in. And I really appreciate you and your channel. You know, you always bring in positive vibes and good light. You know, whenever
yeah,
you do come
yeah.
around. You know.
I like your videos too, and keep fucking talking your shit. No, talking shit like you're educated. I don't know how you say it, but you talk with knowledge, with
Yeah,
facts.
yeah. Of course, you got to, bro. You got to, you
Yeah.
got to. But thank you very much, Bird. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace. All right, guys. So that was the interview with Bird Martinez. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A couple of things that I found out that I didn't know nothing about, you know. But definitely, this is the reason why I have interviews like this, you know, so I can ask questions you guys are, you know, trying to ask, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, remember, follow me at Instagram and Twitter at the same name, radical_Latino_, and all of her YouTube and social medias will be down below, you know, so you guys can follow Bert Martinez and all that. All right, with that, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.
New York Records.